Hello and welcome to the Peaceful Power Project. The mission of this project is to provide tools, techniques, and inspiration for everyone at all levels of practice. Today's particular sequence is designed specifically for runners. We'll take the peaceful part of it to incorporate some stretching for the legs, for the shoulders, but also incorporate the power, so to focus on strengthening through the core as well to support runners. I do want this to be accessible for everyone, so if you don't have yoga props, today we will be using, I put a towel if you have knee sensitivity, and you can use yoga blocks if you have them, also shoe boxes, and I even use Tupperware because I would just assume everyone has Tupperware or a type of container, so you can use those as well. We will begin right at the top of the mat. If you can practice in front of a wall or a structure, I'll be doing two balancing shapes where it's beneficial to have something to hold on to. Come to stand, feet hip width or even a little bit wider, and allow the eyes to fall closed. Allow one hand to rest right atop the center of your chest, your heart, and allow your other hand to rest upon that hand. With your eyes closed, just begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And a few cycles of breath just to still the mind on the sensation of breath beneath your palms. With hands resting gently upon your heart, bow the chin to the chest, soften the face, and create an intention for this short practice. Whether it is to stretch, release, find peace and ease, other words that might inspire awareness, focus, presence. Just let it be the first word that comes to your mind and name that as your intention. Inhale, lift the chin, open the eyes. Exhale, release the arms down beside you, bringing a little warmth into the body before we stretch. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Keep your knees nice and bent. Tuck the chin, relax your neck. Inhale with bent knees, hands to shins. Find length through the spine. Exhale, plant the palms. Step yourself back to a plank pose. Or if you feel your hips begin to sink, release the knees gently down, modified plank. So still here, there's length through the tail, low ribs draw in. If your toes are curled, knees are lifted, keep pushing the toes down into the ground. Spread wide through the fingers, the fingertips. Keep the collarbones broad and the neck long, and keep breathing smooth and steady. So regardless of modification or full expression, there's just full engagement through the core, hopefully becoming a little bit warmer through the body. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, elbows bend straight back and lower all the way down. If you had tucked toes, untuck them. Palms frame the ribs. Really stretch out through the toes. Inhale up to your cobra, and then right away lift your hands up off of the ground. With a nice long neck, go ahead and send the arms back behind you. Interlock your fingers with the right thumb on top. Palms press if you can, if not, no worries. Keep stretching back through the toes. Press down through the pelvis. Use the back body to pick up the chest while stretching the shoulders. Back of the neck is long. One more big inhale. And exhale, let everything go. Soft elbows, palms by the ribs. Draw in through the low belly. Curl toes, lift knees if you're pushing up to plank. Otherwise, exhale, push to table. And then downward facing dog. Reach the hips up and back. Keep this down dog with very bent knees so you can focus on lengthening out through the spine. Fingers are still stretched out wide, nice long arms, length through the side body. And then stretching through the piriformis, turn your left heel down, like you're coming into a warrior one, or just turning left heel towards the center. Right knee bends deeply. Lean into that outer left hip and breathe. And then simply switch. So the right heel turns in like warrior one, or just think of the right heel moving towards center. Left knee bends a lot. Push through the palms and lean into that outer right hip and breathe. Good. And then coming back to center, begin to slowly walk yourself forward. You'll come into a standing forward fold with very bent knees. Let the weight of the head go. Right away, inhale, hands to shins, lengthen your spine. Still with bent knees, exhale and let everything go. Push through the feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Stretch the arms all the way up. Now your legs can straighten. Catch hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Plug down through the feet. Get very rooted before side bending over to your left. Look up for the inhale. Stay as you exhale. Keep the low belly drawing in, tail lengthening. And then look down. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in very deeply as you are. Use the exhale, extra engagement through the abdominals to come back to center. Switch your grip, breathe in, and breathe out, up and over to your right. Go ahead, look up for a full cycle of breath. And then look down for a full cycle of breath. Inhale as you are. Use your exhale to come back to center. Let the palms face each other. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Send the arms behind the back. Interlock your fingers. Left thumb on top. Hands join if they can. Tip the chest up and the gaze up, but no crunching or compression in the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, do bend those knees as you forward fold. Knees are very bent here, inhaling and exhaling, belly pressing into the thighs if they're touching. Before you release the interlock of the fingers, bend the elbows, clasp hands to the low back. Releasing for a gentle version of sun salute. Stretch your right leg far back, come into a low lunge. This is where for some of you, those blocks or props serving like blocks will come in handy. Inhale, just look up. And exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward to your plank pose. Exhale all the way to the ground, or some will modify with knees down, but keep core engaged as you slowly lower. For extra back strengthening, inhale for your cobra and lift your hands up. Some will lift the legs up as well, but if it doesn't feel good in the back, don't. And then take everything down. Return to down dog through plank or bent knees, and then reach the hips up and back. Enjoy just a deep inhale here to stretch out. Remember, back of the neck is long. As you exhale, right foot between the hands. If it's not coming all of the way, grab your foot. Grab those blocks if they're helpful. Take an inhale and look up. And then exhale, stepping forward. So this gentle sun salute helps to open up through the tops of the legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can still bend those knees if you're feeling really tight. Inhale, rise to stand. Stretch it all the way up. And we'll fold right back over. Taking the same sequence on the other side, but then adding a little bit. Inhale, lengthen the spine. This time it's the left leg that stretches far back, and everyone use props unless you don't want to. Inhale, lift the chest, feel the top of your left thigh stretch, and then as you you exhale, slowly straighten the front leg, and it doesn't have to come totally straight. Tuck your chin. Inhale, the front knee bends, look up. And exhale, the leg extends. So with these dynamic stretches, be super moderate, finding the peaceful part of the peaceful power. And just a third round here. Once you rebend that front knee, if you've got the block, I'd still keep the hands on the block to keep the hips nice and level, and stretch your right fingertips straight up. Breathe in and out. Take the arm back and down. Move your prop. Step yourself back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. And as you exhale, still lower all the way down. Either put those knees down or not. Come up to, I'll just call it a hovering cobra. So you'll lift your legs, you'll lift your palms, keeping the back of the neck long. And then exhale, core supports you as you come up plank, or modify it. Downward facing dog. Breathe in here, just stretch. And then breathe out, take the left foot forward. You might want to grab your calf just to set the ankle beneath the knee. Take those props. And same as before, alternating between the top of the right thigh and the back of the left thigh. Inhale. And then exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. And when I say straighten, you can always take a bend, a little or a lot in the knee. And extend. And then one more with your breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. Rebend your front knee, right palm plants, nice on the block. It'll give the hips a nice lift. And then twist open to your left. Breathe. Good. Look down, look forward. Move your props and step forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold it in. Maybe the legs are getting straighter as the body is getting warmer. Inhale, stretch the arms up, look up. And then exhale, hands to the chest. So if you have a wall or something to hold on to, get a little bit closer to it. Leave your right fingertips as they are, right foot plants. Bend the left knee. If you have knee injury, this could be enough, just pushing the foot back. Otherwise, reach for the top of the foot. Draw the heel toward the seat. Feel the top of the thigh open a little bit more. If you do want to play with balance, you can catch the foot with both hands. You'll also get a nice chest opener, shoulder stretch, and breathe. Remember, no pain, no strain. If you're feeling something uncomfortable, painful, just release it or take the variation that I will offer prior. And then switch sides. And you never have to match the other side. If you have injury on one and the other, you're respecting and honoring that. So you can either just bend the knee and push the foot back, or catch the ankle, draw heel to seat. Keep the spine very tall as you breathe. And if you want to play with balance, catch the foot. Nice opening through the chest, shoulders. Good. And one more. Releasing mindfully. Bring both hands, fingertips to touch the wall or your bookshelf. And move the weight into the right foot, pull the left knee up, and then cross ankle over the knee. And you can sit your hips back, maybe crawl the hands down a little bit. Make sure there's not too much weight in the hands. Sending the hips back, not letting the knee go too far forward of the ankle, flexing through the ankle of your left foot. Stick your butt out and breathe. Feeling sensation in the outer left hip, left butt cheek. Breathe in and out. And then slowly take it up. holding for several breaths. You can take your time. You don't have to go to your deepest depth, your deepest variation of the shape. You can take several breaths, kind of ease into it. Each exhalation, finding that ease, finding that release. Remember to flex through the ankle joint of now the right foot. Keep the spine long, the shoulders relaxed. And slowly press it up. Standing tall, inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, let everything go. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, stretch your right leg far back. Release your back knee comfortably to your towel or a blanket if you've got one. Uncurl the back toes and press a lot through the top of the back foot, releasing pressure from the knee joint. Crawl your hands up onto your left thigh. Pick up the chest, relax your shoulders. If this is too much for the hips, too deep of a stretch, keep your hands down in your props or fingertips. Otherwise, we're just going to stay right here and focus on space in the top of your right thigh. Releasing down, retrieving blocks might be a good idea as we slowly straighten through the left leg, just getting deeper into the hamstrings. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Again, you're not pushing at all. You're just finding your stretch, feeling your stretch. If your breath becomes short or constricted, you're going to back off with it. And come to rebend that front knee. You can keep the hand up. If you're very tight in the quads, this will actually help you to keep your hand a little bit higher. Twist open to the left. And then you can stay right here. You can lean forward of the patella and simply bend the knee. Or if it's available, you can reach back and breathe. And slowly let it go. Move your props to the side a little differently this time. We'll just step it back to table and enjoy another stretch through the same quad. So turn your left shin out at a diagonal. Make sure left shoulder's atop the wrist. Place that right foot down. And then sweep the right fingertips straight up. And you can stay here, a little core engagement for the obliques. You can float the foot up. And then another opportunity, either bending the knee and pushing the foot back, or swimming the arm back behind you and drawing the heel to hip, or pushing the foot straight back. If an upward gaze fatigues your neck muscles, just look down. A couple more breaths. And retrace your steps. And take it back to table. Walk the hands forward a little bit. Downward facing dog. Breathe in deeply in your dog. And breathe out, take that right foot forward. Right foot to right thumb. You can always help the foot if you need. Release the back knee comfortably to your towel. Untuck the toes and press through the top of that foot. Some will stay here, even hands to props. Otherwise, you can crawl your hand atop your right thigh. Pick up the chest, relax your shoulders, and breathe. Stay nice and supported, uplifting through the pelvic floor. So you're engaging the muscles at the base of your pelvis. So you're not just sinking into the hips. Releasing the hands down. Nice time to retrieve your props. And then slowly straighten out through that front leg. Approach the side like it's brand new. So you're really just easing into this side. And if you find that you stop breathing, back up out of the stretch. top, especially if you have tight quadriceps. Twist open to your right, lean forward a bit, and the left knee can bend. You can just keep it here and you're nice and forward of the patella, the boniest part, and then reach back. If it's available, you catch it and breathe. And then slowly release. We'll come to take it right back to a table, and then turning your right shin out at a diagonal, right shoulder, top wrist, left foot presses down, reach up through the left fingertips, engage through the right side body, and then you'll have the stability to float the leg, either bend it back, push it back, or reach for the top of the foot. Just taking a stretch that's comfortable for you, heel to seat, or pushing the heel back. Again, if your neck is tired or you just want kind of a different kind of neck stretch, you can turn your gaze downward. And then slowly unravel. Retrace your steps. Come back to tabletop. Take a deep inhale. Big toes touch. Take your knees really far apart. And if it's comfortable for your knee joints, send the hips to the heels and release the forehead down. If it's too much compression in the knees, just stay on your forearms, lean forward a little bit more, make a pillow with your hands, or take one of your props beneath your forehead. So it's child's pose or a modification if this is not favorable for your knees. If it doesn't feel good, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Then curl the fingertips back beside the knees and just rise up to sit. You can move your prop out of the way, your blanket, and even your blocks. Good. And then come all the way down to your back. And cross the right ankle over and above the left knee, flex through the right ankle. Grab your left knee, pull this whole shape into you, relax your shoulders, back of the skull is just resting down. As you inhale, go ahead and extend, straighten through your left leg and pull the toes back, maybe your calf muscle stretches, and then exhale to bend. And just do it 2 more times. If you want to feel more, lean to your left a little. Inhale just with the hips and exhale. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Good. Left foot down, right foot down, opposite side. Flex through your ankle joint, pull the right thigh into you, lean a little to the right if you'd like to feel more in that left hip. And 3 times, inhaling and exhaling. Right foot down, left foot down. Pull the knees into the armpits. Happy baby, if grabbing the feet makes your butt lift, just catch the sides of the calves or your ankles, or if you've got the feet, take the feet. Push the hands into the feet into the hands, low back into the ground, shoulders relaxed, head relaxed. And then let your eyes fall closed for a final 3 breaths in a posture. Hug the knees in, deep gratitude. Thank yourself for taking this time, carving this time, joining in the Peaceful Power Project. Just finishing out, if you're comfortable, you can even take your props underneath your thighs, soles of the feet together, knees separate. If that's not happening for your hips, just let the legs come long. And ending as we began, just with that breath awareness, taking the hands right atop your heart center, and letting your mind rest on the rise and fall of breath beneath your palms. Just feel a brightening at the center of your heart as you recall your intention